Hey, this video took a long time to put together. Please like and subscribe if you find this entertaining at all. We're shooting 18 holes across multiple courses. I'm a low-level MA2 player, so there is a few holes that are challenging for me, but I think it's a good representation of what these 18 holes are supposed to mean for the CT disc golf scene, so hope you enjoy it. All right, we're going to take my Ezra 8-hole nuke and just throw it on some hyzer, try to hit the over the OB. That's going to be close. Might be throwing from the drop zone. We'll see what we get down there. All right, we get it inbound just barely. I'm going to take an A5 and just get up there for my par. Oh, that might be deep. Oh, it's safe. It's going to be a nice big comebacker. It's going to be a nice par to skip. We'll see if I can make it. And just a tap and bogue. It's okay. I didn't throw any good shots. Well, it's usually my best round start with a bogey. All right, hole 2 at Tower Ridge in Simsbury, Connecticut. Par 4, 595 feet. Bomber of a hole. We got a little creek that plays its OB. Just about made 285 with the tee pad. I'm going to try my flipping nuke. Just try to keep it in bounds. That might be the best drive I've ever had in this hole. By far the best drive I've ever had in this hole. You can't really see the basket is, but it's right behind that like right side-ish bush. So I'm really just gonna try to aim for the like branch that's hanging out on that tree, just a little bit over to the right, and just tie something in with like a balance. It might be too much disc, but I'm gonna try to stand still because I don't feel comfortable with this wet run up. Maybe a little inside, but I should have a look. Yeah, we should be fine. All right, we actually have a nice birdie look here. A little pinched off, but nothing too crazy that we can't deal with. Just gonna try to straddle this, make this 25-footer. Hole 3 at Wickham Park in Manchester, Connecticut. We got a par 4, 521 feet. Normally this tee pad plays to a basket that's up on the hill as a par 3, but for the GHDGO layout, they play it to hole 4's basket all the way to the right. You probably can't even see it right now. I'm just gonna try to get to the top of the hill so I can possibly attack the basket. I'm gonna take a heat. Looks like I'm near the rec pad, so we'll see how I can go from there. All right, got this big tree in my way. I'm gonna try to forehand something to get to the top of the hill. Like at this point, par is pretty much out of the question. I just want to give myself an easy bogey. Really want to put this on an anheuser line and have it fight out towards that last tree. God, I threw it so high. Just keep putting myself in bad spots. Well, this is for a little extra distance. I'll try to go that way because 4's basket's like right there. Try to chip up a little bit. It's my 3rd shot. That should be dead center fairway for the 4. So, but we are throwing for 4 from there. So not great. I was indeed not center fairway. Still throwing forehands here, which isn't my preferred shot, but I don't know if I trust my backhand enough to really hit that line I'm looking for right now. So I'm just gonna forehand something. Hopefully get to the base of the log to get a bogey save. Could be a long putt, but you might have a chance. All right, we got about a 25-footer uphill. Let's see if we can cash it in. Close. Oh, all right. All right, for the double bogey. Oh, barely got in, but We'll take it. Hole 4 at Keney Park in Hartford, Connecticut. We got par 3, 405 feet. This is the pro tee to the short basket. This is the hole I normally play when I'm here. I believe this is the hole that they want to pick for CT disc golf, but I'm just going to take a destroyer, try to get over that first mound. Oh, yeah. That's going to be so far left, but we might have an up and down for the par. Right, this is kind of a hard spot to find a spot to film, so you're going to be over there. Basket's up there on the hill. Got about like a 4-foot window. I'm just going to take my A5 off. I was thinking about doing a putter, but I think I wanted something a little grippy. That's it. And that's a tap in 3. Let me go do that. Hole 5 at Norbrook Farm Brewery here in Colebrook, Connecticut. Par 4, 480 feet. There's a landing zone past the first set of trees over the road. I'm trying to get there with a nuke. Sorry. I didn't even hear you. I didn't even hear you riding by. Sorry. All right, so I kicked to the right. Really don't have a chance for the birdie here unless I get like super lucky. I'll take my turn and just hope I can hold this like Anheuser line to the rock. About, I don't know, 70 feet from the rock, but we might have a look. All right, so the turn did get about like 70 feet short of that rock like I was hoping for. Not the best lie with this rock, but we'll flip. Goes with the highs or something over the rock. Maybe throw it in. Maybe. Taking my A5. Little park job. Love to see it. Easy 4. Hole number 6 at Rockwell Park in Bristol, Connecticut. We got a par 4, 741 feet. Down the valley, up the valley. It's very overgrown right now, and I'm probably going to lose at least 2 or 3 discs on this hole. I'm going to take my somewhat flippy heat and just hope that I can get down far enough. Also throwing bright pink, so hopefully I can find it. That might be gone forever. I'm in some, so we're just going to pitch out. Same disc, just get out there. All right, I can see it though. All right, it's my third shot after searching for forever for my first disc and not getting too far on my second. I just want to get out to that little landing zone and pitch up for the tap and bogey, hopefully. That's fine. All right, like I said, just get into the fairway so I can at least have a chance to get a tap and bogey. This is a monster hole. CT, you guys suck picking this one. Oh, put it in. Wow, that is so short. That's gonna be a tester. Ooh, I got a sloped 25 footer for the bogue. Honestly, at this point, I'll take a double bogey even though I missed this, but no, we already cashed it. It's already in. Whew. All right, come on. All right, that's fine. Hole 7 at Tower Ridge, 1,175 feet, par 5. We don't have many on this 18-hole layout that we're doing, but it's a bomb. There's a Mando, that big right pine tree down there. The goal is to try to get something to the as close to that red tee pad as you want, so you can attack the downhill slope. Like I said, it's 50 feet of downhill elevation that you're dealing with here. But basket is on a nice perch tree. We'll see when we get down there. I was gonna take my trusty nuke and just try to rip it straight out there. That should be fine. Didn't push nearly as far forward as I would have liked to. I still have to try to make this Mando on like a weird Anheuser line. I'll take my flippy nuke. Just really commit to this Anheuser. I'd rather be right than left because there is an OB cart path both sides, but the left is a little bit harder to pitch out of. Yeah, should execute. Damn, I am throwing that nuke incredibly today. So as you can see, the basket is just a little bit over the crevice of that hill, but it does slope down pretty bad right behind it. So your goal is to kind of just land a little bit short of it, and hopefully don't get any ground play. I'll take the balance again. Hopefully I can just keep it a little bit low so I don't get too much ground play. Oh, it's gonna be too high. Hit something. I mean, we'll see when we get down there, but this is my fourth shot, so I can just easily lay up for par, which I think I'm going to do. I got this weird branch in my way to even give it a chance to run. But oh, weird route. That's gonna be a tough putt to save par. All right, we'll just walk up and do it. No thought process, just can it. Let's go. Hole 8 at Page Park in Bristol, Connecticut. Par 3, 370 feet according to UDIS. There's no T sign, unfortunately, to confirm or deny. Play from a dirt path as the T pad that was here got taken out as they're doing construction to the park. But it's just a straight downhill shot, tight tunnel gap. Should be able to throw it down there. We're going to do an A5. I got so lucky. I don't even know if that will show up on camera. Got about maybe a 30-footer, slightly uphill. I'm just going to give it a nice little lofty bid. A little short, but like the line. Go tap it in. Hole 9 at Center Springs in Manchester, Connecticut. Looking at a par 3 over the pond. It's by that electrical pole back there. It's 463 feet. I'm going to take my flippy nuke because I really don't want to end up in the pond. So I'd rather be a little right than left in the water. And I'm on the cart path, which I do not believe plays OB. Let's take a look. Cart path does not play OB. All right, this is for birdie. Let's see if we can cash it in. Just a little too low. But tap in 3. Now let me just go tap it out. Hole 10 at Alvord Park in Torrington. We got a par 4, 500 feet. Now, I don't know if you can see on the tee pad, but there's this big, like, pondish OB that plays about 250, 300 feet away from off the tee pad. So I'm going to try to do something a little flippy There's these two trees I'm trying to aim at and just go right of them, and hopefully I can get past the OB to give myself a easy upshot. 500 feet isn't that much to bite off in theory, so we should be able to do this in 3. Ooh, I didn't like that. The tee pad's a little slick. Well, definitely not OB, but I could have cut rolled a little bit, so we'll see where I'm at. All right, I'm about 200 feet away from the basket. Not the best footing in the world. I'm trying to hit this like 10-foot gap on a forehand line right here just to get to the basket. There's like these stretch of rocks I'm trying to get over. That if I can, I'll be stoked. Well, that was a grip block and a half, but I might have like a weird look from there. All right, so this is for the birdie. I had this tree kind of in my way. I'm gonna try to like lean out and just soften it up there. I don't think there's a creek behind it, but I'm not really trying to run this. I'm really just trying to get up for a par. And that's a layup. All right, got a little lucky getting over this log or this little stub over here by the log wall. Just gonna flip it so I can get some better footing. Just gotta tap it in. Just tap it in. There we go. All right, hole 11 here at Nichols Field, East Haddam, Connecticut. Par 4, 658 feet. Trying to get to the right. I'm just gonna throw a forehand, try to get it out there. Got a good skip. Should be center fairway. So honestly, I'd like to be like 5 feet further to the right, but I'm taking A5, try to slowly push it to that back line of trees and just have it go left at the last second. Really kind of hug this one tree that I'm aiming at. So I don't want to go full power, probably like 60%. Get lucky. I got a little lucky going wide of the trees, but I should have a look. So being so close to this tree, I am a very pinched off. The basket's like that direction, but there's so many trees, there's no reason to go like right at it. So you really want to hit this right gap. I'm gonna do a patent pending and just hope I don't hit one of these early trees. I don't know how this is gonna go, but we really gotta float it out there. I knew this was gonna be a tough hole to even par, so if I could just get up and down to take a nice bogey, I'd be happy. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. All right, not in a great spot. I just need to trust that I can push this A5 through this tight gap. We're probably about 45 feet deep, but we're down there. Hopefully you can see me all the way down here. Probably about 40 feet to the basket, all uphill. I'm just gonna try to give it a nice run. Hopefully I don't hit the camera. And a little short, but good line. A little left, but I knew this hole was gonna be at least a bogey, so I'm not super mad about a 6. Hole 12 at Page Park in Bristol, Connecticut. This is what they called Feed the Beast. This is the hole that the tournament that they host here is named after, because there's a lot of discs that end up in this pond, but it's only 240 feet. So in theory, if you can throw a straight hyzer, it should be fine. And it's actually not as hard as it used to be, as there was a tree that was almost like blocking the basket in the past. This is a hole that I think might go away with the construction, but that's still to be determined. So let's get one good run at it, maybe an ace. I'll play pretty well. This is actually one of my better drives on this hole, but just a little CT slide. But let's get this birdie. I feel like we've been taking a lot of pars in this challenge. That was a little high, but it's in the basket. That's all that matters. All right, hole 13, par 3, 380 feet at Tower Ridge of Simsbury. This is a very hard hole for me to record. There's not really any good angles. You're going to see me and the basket at the same time. So what I'm going to do is try to get you the flight as best as possible. It finishes hard left down this hill. As you can see by that T sign, a lot of elevation downhill, 66 feet. This is the signature hole on this course because this is the one hole that if you get a birdie, you're supposed to ring the bell down there. So let's try to do that. Going with the bounce. Seems pretty good. All right, pushed it a little long, but still makeable. Let's get this. Let's go. One birdie equals one bell ring. All right, hole 14 at Tower Ridge in Simsbury, Connecticut. Par 3, 378 feet, just down the hill. In my opinion, this is probably one of my favorite holes in the state of Connecticut. It's not a hard shot to mess up, but it's just so picturesque, as you can say. I'm going to take my A5 because I want something a little bit straighter than the zone, but that's really all you need if you have about 350 feet of distance. Definitely going to throw extras after this throw. Come on, one time. Oh, a little bit over, but that was still pretty nice. All right. Done picking up the extra. Play my first. That was a nice birdie there. That was the closest one. But this is the first. Just give it a good chance. I'm not mad about it. Tap that in for a 3. Move on with their day. Hole 15 at Alvord Park. 348 feet, par 3. It's a really picturesque drive. Just three trees you really have to miss. I'm gonna take my buzz, hopefully a little bit of heighter. I'd rather push a little left and to the right because it does slope down to the right. I'm just gonna float it out there. It's a little right, but it might be okay. It's gonna be about a 35 footer. Yeah, it's about 45 footer. It's a little bit shorter than I thought it was. I'm just gonna try to float my putter out there. Actually, I'm gonna do my A5 so it'll grip better. Good choice. That's the easy par. I'm gonna go tap that in. All right, Cedar Swamp, hole 16, par 4, 461 feet. Kind of dog leg to the right. We're just gonna take a heat and try to float it out there to get to the big hill crevice so I can attack the basket. Little CT slide. This is actually a pretty solid spot to be in. Only thing that's kind of annoying is that these trees are kind of in my way. I want to try to push something through this 10-foot gap to the right. Just soft it out there. That's that tree. Oh, I think we're under the basket. I don't think the camera does it justice how much elevation is involved with this putt. But beautiful finishing green, or beautiful finishing basket. Hole 17 at Nichols Field, 822 feet, par 5, monster hole. Very, very tight tunnel shot off the tee. You know, a lot of stuff you don't want to be in on the right and left. I'm going to try to flip up my heat kind of smoothly through the gap and just hope I can get down there. Oh, what a kick. I'm only about maybe 180 feet off the tee, but I'm center fairway, and that's a great spot to be in. Like I said, I didn't get too far off the tee, but this is still a good position where as long as I can get to like that Y tree, I'm gonna try to throw my stable M4 because I want a little flip up so I can avoid that tree on the left, but let's see. This is a tight run up too. So I'm definitely pinched off here, but I think I could at least forehand something, just like a step out forehand. I just want to try to get around the corner if possible. Try really focusing on the height. I would have liked to get some more distance, but I mean, it's fairway. All right, I still don't even see the basket yet, but I do know it's in that general vicinity down that way. I'm just gonna try to hug the corner with the heat. That feels pretty perfect. I did catch a tree on the right, but I got some good distance there, so I can't be mad about that for my fourth shot now. I'm just gonna try to get through all this mess real quick. Looking like we're 15 feet away from the basket. All right, got a little ditch to my right, a little CT slide. Let's try to save this. Yeah, this is a tough course. All right, hole 18, Rockwell Park in Bristol, Connecticut. We got a bomb of a par 4, 763 feet, OB left and right. Looking at this tee pad and the shot, I'm gonna try to do a forehand over the road and just keep it in bounds. It's a very tricky shot for me, but we'll see if we can do it. Honestly, I'd be super stoked with a par here. Pretty short, but it should be fine. I don't think you can see the basket from the camera, but I'm basically trying to forehand something up to that last tree before the water. There's like a drop zone somewhere right there, and if I can just get to that, I'd be stoked. As my forehand is not my best part of my game, but we're gonna try to execute. I'm so bad. All right, we got a very daunting third shot here. So that overgrowth right there is all OB for the most part. I wish I could feel the confidence in the forehand right now to just go over the road again, but I gotta take the backhand, take my M4. Hopefully the hyzer flip it right to the basket. Do a little practice run up. Execute. I mean, I don't know if that's OB, but I'm in the thick of the right stuff. We'll see when I get up there. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm deep in this woods right here, so there's not really a good camera angle. So here's gonna be a catch cam. I did make it pretty close to the edge of it, but I don't know if you'll be able to see me. It's like a weird pitch out. I do have like a line, but I don't know if I can get there. Hello. All right, see if we can get it. Maybe I do like a, yeah, I like this line better. No in shot. I'm gonna have to beep that out. Go run it down. Oh, what a way to end it. Let's go. Project A5. All right, thank you for watching the video. Huge shout out to Tim Walsh for posting this poll back in June. I'm sorry that the video took so long to put together since that poll, but it was a process for me to get all to the courses and get the videos I needed. Yeah, thank you again, and thanks to Tower Ridge for letting me come and shoot these holes before the tournament. I ring the bell. Peace out.